Is it possible to be a pig and go all in on pitching and fit both Clayton Kershaw and Felix Hernandez into your lineups on multi-pitcher sites? Well, the answer is yes, and I'm going to show you my lineups doing just that. I'm Mike Cardano with RotoExperts and the Fantasy Sports Network, and this is your Daily Fantasy Minute. Now, there are plenty of great pitching options to choose from tonight, and while Kershaw and Hernandez are the most expensive, I also believe that they are the best options. I'm going to give you my entire DraftKings Tournament roster here, so pay attention as I'm going to whip through these things. Now, Kershaw's slow start is a thing of the past. He's won 4 of his last 5 starts, allowing just 2 runs in his last 22 innings while striking out 28. He faces the Friars, who have struck out with the 7th highest frequency against opposing lefties this season, and they're in the bottom half of the league in terms of their WOBA versus Southpaws. Now, Felix Hernandez is facing the Astros, who are tied for the Major League lead and walking back to the dugout after accumulating 3 strikes. So that's that. He's in. Travis d'Arnaud, who was one of the best hitting catchers in the game before going on the DL, well, he's back. He roped a double and scored 2 runs last night, showing he's healthy. And he has the platoon advantage against Alex Wood, hitting the meat of the Mets lineup. Now, I'm going to stick with the righty versus Alex Wood matchup at first base. I need salary relief, and this one is more of a hunch. Michael Cuddyer will also be batting in the thick of things, and with his walk-off game winner last night, I'm thinking there may be some good karma here, and I'm looking for Cuddyer to be in a good frame of mind and put together some great at-bats. It's about the best sabermetric advanced metrics I can come up with for this roster spot, so just amuse me and play along with it. I expect Logan Forsythe to be in or around the Rays cleanup spot against lefty John Danks, who's arguably the worst major league pitcher in the game and would not have a job if he wasn't lefty. Now, I expect Alex Guerrero to be in the lineup against the lefty Despaigne tonight, but who knows with that crazy managerial person Donnie Baseball filling out the lineup card. But as you can see, I've left myself with $400 of flexibility in this lineup in case I need to make a late swap. Back to the Mets with Wilmer Flores and his 9 home runs at the shortstop position. He's hitting .290 with an OPS of .869 against lefties this season, and that's with just a .269 BABIP, so there's room for some good stuff against lefty Alex Wood here. And over to the outfielders, we've got Chris Colabello. Not really sure what to say here, but as long as he's hitting smack in the middle of the best lineup in all of baseball, and he's producing, there's no reason not to play him at these prices where he is and doing what he is. He's facing Joe Kelly, who, let's face it, is fortunate to have a roster spot, let alone a spot in the Red Sox rotation. And cheap, 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 I need cheap, so it's Frenchie, Jeff Francoeur, who will probably hit cleanup tonight against soft-tossing lefty Jeff Locke, who doesn't miss many bats and is walking 3.6 batters per 9, which is a recipe for disaster, hence the 5.37 ERA. And finally, it's largely a forgotten Major League player, Cameron Maybin, who you probably assume just received paychecks for being on the disabled list. Well, he's quietly having a great all-around season in Atlanta, and he faces Bartolo Colon, who, as we know, can be very hittable at times. So that's it, a first here on North American television, as I've given you the complete recipe to somewhat unconventionally go out and kick some DFS tournament butt. Is this a bit of an experiment? Sure it is, but have some fun with it. I am. For more expert insight and extraordinary perspective on the world of daily fantasy, head on over to dailyroto.com or keep it right here on the Fantasy Sports Network. Good luck today, everyone. I'm Mike Cardano, and this has been your Daily Fantasy Minute.